New Claude free update is insane. Connect 150 plus apps to Claude setup guide. You're still copying and pasting things into Claude manually. You're still switching between 10 tabs to get one thing done. You're still re-explaining your entire project every single time you open a new chat. That's a massive waste of your time. And the crazy part, Claude literally has a fix for this. And most people have no idea it exists. I'm going to show you exactly what it is, how to set it up in under 2 minutes, and what you can actually do with it. Stay with me because the setup part is where most people get it wrong. And there's a brand new feature at the end of this video that most people haven't even heard of yet. Hey, I'm Julian. I'm an AI educator, and I make these videos to help you actually learn and use AI tools, not just talk about them. If you're new here, welcome. Let's get into it. So Claude just updated something called connectors. The directory now has over 150 apps you can plug directly into Claude. Tools like Asana, Notion, Google Drive, Slack, Linear, Zapier, Canva, Figma, and way more. And some of these are available even on the free plan. Here's a simple version of what connectors do. Normally, Claude only knows what you type into the chat. You have to give it context every single time. Your tasks, your files, your project. You're basically reintroducing yourself over and over. Connectors fix that. You link an app once, and Claude can actually see what's inside it. Connect Google Drive, and Claude can search your documents. Connect Asana, and it knows your tasks and project status. No copy pasting, no re-explaining, you just ask. Think about how much time you lose every single day just getting Claude up to speed. You paste in a document, you explain the background, you describe your project structure, and then next session, just do it all again from scratch. That's not a Claude problem. That was just how AI assistants worked. Every conversation started at zero. Connectors end that. Your tools are already connected. Your context is already there. And that fundamentally changes how useful Claude is in your actual day-to-day work. Now, before I show you the setup, let me explain the technology behind this because it matters for understanding what's possible here and how far it can actually go. This is all built on something called MCP, Model Context Protocol. Anthropic created this as an open standard. What that means is any developer or any company can build a connector for their app using it. They don't need special permission from Anthropic. They build it, submit it, and it gets reviewed and listed in the directory. That's why the directory exploded. It started with a handful of apps at launch in July 2025 and has grown to over 150 connectors in just a few months. And new ones are being added every single week. The connection is secure. Your actual password never touches Claude. It uses a method called OAuth, which means you log in directly through the app itself, grant Claude specific permissions, and that's it. Claude can only see what you allow it to see, and you can revoke access at any time from your settings. One more thing about MCP that's worth knowing, because it's an open standard, not something locked to Claude, other AI tools can use it too. This is becoming the universal way for AI to connect to external software. So learning how to use this now puts you ahead of the curve regardless of which AI tools you end up using. Setup takes about 2 minutes. Here's exactly how it works. Go to claude.ai on your browser or desktop app, open settings, and look for the connectors section. You'll see a directory of pre-built connectors. These are verified apps that have been reviewed and listed by Anthropic. Find one you already use, let's say Google Drive, click connect. You'll go through a quick login. That's the OAuth step. You sign into your Google account, approve the permissions, and you're done. Claude now has access to your drive. In a chat, hit the plus button in the lower left corner of the chat window, type a / to bring up the menu and activate your connected apps. Then just ask Claude naturally, something like, find my latest project brief and give me a summary. Claude goes into your drive, locates the file, pulls the content and gives you the summary, all from one message. That's it, that's the whole setup. One important thing to know before you start, the free plan gives you access to directory connectors, but limits you to one custom connector. Pay plans give you more flexibility across the board. So check which plan you're on before you expect everything to work right away. Well, when I first started figuring all this out, I was genuinely overwhelmed. There are so many connectors, so many different workflows you could build, and it's hard to know where to start and what's actually worth your time versus what just sounds good. That's when I found a community called AI Profit Boardroom. Over 2,000 members, all focused on learning AI together and sharing what actually works. It helped me figure out which workflows genuinely save time versus which ones just sound cool. The community shares real use cases and practical setups. No hype, just what people are actually doing. If you're serious about using AI to improve your work and skills, check it out. link in the description. Now let me walk through some real use cases, because this is where it gets practical and you can start seeing what applies to your own situation. Use case 1. Project management. You're running a product launch. You connect Asana to Claude. Instead of logging into Asana, scanning through tasks, updating statuses, and trying to mentally track what's blocked, you just ask Claude, what's the current status of the launch? Who still has open tasks? What's overdue? Claude checks your Asana and gives you a clear picture in seconds, and you can ask it to update task statuses or reassign work right from the chat. Use case 2, writing with internal context. You need to put together a client proposal. You connect Google Drive and Atlassian. Atlassian gives you access to your Confluence docs and your Jira project tickets. Now, Claude can pull from your own internal documentation, your previous proposals, your team's notes, and combine that with its own knowledge to help you write something that actually fits your company's voice and context. Not generic, actually relevant. Use case 3, workflow automation. You want to stop doing the same repetitive manual steps every week. Connect Zapier to Claude. Zapier itself connects to over 8,000 apps. So when you link Zapier to Claude, you can describe a multi-step process in plain language, and Claude can trigger automations across your whole tool stack. Things that used to take you 20 minutes of clicking through different apps, handled in one conversation. Use case 4, design and content. You're a marketer or creator. Connect Canva. You brief Claude on your presentation and the audience, the key points, the structure. Claude builds the outline and turns it into a real Canva deck. You adjust the design, swap out colors, and export. Client ready. No switching between a doc, a brief, and a design tool. One place. Use case 5, data and analytics. You're trying to understand what's happening in your product. Connect Amplitude. Ask Claude to show you how a specific metric trended over the last 30 days. An interactive chart appears in your chat. You can drill down, adjust the parameters, and ask follow-up questions, all within the same conversation. There are also 2 other features inside Claude that work really well alongside connectors, and I want to make sure you know about both of them. The first is skills. These are reusable workflows you save inside Claude. So if you do the same type of task regularly, maybe writing a weekly report or generating a specific type of document, you set up a skill once with all your instructions and preferences baked in, and then you just call it. No rewriting the same instructions every time. This is huge for anyone who does repetitive knowledge work. The second is context. You can give Claude a persistent profile about you, your role, your team, your preferences, your writing style. Every time you start a conversation, Claude already has that background. No reintroducing yourself. Combined with connectors, this means Claude is genuinely useful from the very first message of every single chat. Connectors, skills, and context together are what take Claude from a smart chat tool to something that actually feels like a working partner. Each one is useful on its own. All 3 together is where it gets really powerful. If you're looking to dive deeper into AI tools and actually implement them in your work, I recommend AI Profit Boardroom. Over 2,000 people learning how to use AI effectively. Everyone shares real experiences, what's working, what's not, which tools are worth your time, which ones to skip. No hype, just practical guidance from people doing the work. It's helped me stay on top of updates and figure out how to actually apply them. Link in the description if you want to check it out. And if you want the full process, SOPs, and 100+ AI use cases like this one, join the AI Success Lab. Links in the comments and description. You'll get all the video notes from there, plus access to our community of 58,000 members who are crushing it with AI. If this video helped you, hit the like button. Subscribe if you want to keep learning how to actually use AI tools. I'll see you in the next one.